Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Canadian Football Central CFL content for the fans, by the fans. We got a bit of an interesting video coming up for the Montreal Alouettes as Marc-Antoine Dequoy retires from the CFL after 5 years in the league. Played 2021 through 2025. He's decided to hang it up, citing not necessarily a contract dispute, but the toll on his body, and just kind of deciding that now's the time to hang it up
anymore.
Just kind of deciding that, now is kind of the time. So he's 31 years old. In his last year, still did very well, though. 34 defensive tackles, 4 special teams tackles, 3 sacks, an interception, and as well as a touchdown. And so, yeah, in terms of he's had not the relatively shorter career in the CFL. He was born in Isle Blizzard, Quebec. I probably butchered that name. My apologies. Went to school at Montreal, though. He was a national in the CFL. But a good ambassador for French-Canadian football and development through Quebec and playing for the Alouettes and whatnot. Again, I think this is why it would be so cool to eventually have a team in a place like Quebec City, is for the fantastic development that Quebec does for some Canadian talent. But he had done pretty well. And you know what I want to do? I want to get so what did you think of the career of Marc-Antoine Dequoy?
I've never have like, let me see what Anthony Cavio was, because I think this would be the first time I've seen this. No, because Anthony Cavio played for multiple teams in the league. This is the first time I've seen a French person play their whole career.
Yeah, French Canadian plays whole career
on like the French.
Yeah, in Montreal. Because even if we're looking at his Wikipedia page, I forgot to even mention this. In 2020, he's actually listed as he was on either the practice squad or or kind of an off-season piece for the Green Bay Packers. I didn't even realize that he was that he was ever in the NFL, despite going undrafted. He was drafted in the CFL in 2020. He was a second-round pick. He was 14th overall. And then just talking about some of his career accolades, he was a 2-time CFL East All-Star in 2023 as well as 2024. Both of those years, he was a CFL All-Star. So 2-time CFL All-Star in 2023 as well as 2024. And in 2023, he was a Lou Heyman Trophy winner, which is a CFL trophy awarded to the most outstanding Canadian player in the East Division. And then, of course, in that year, the biggest honor that he has, he's a Grey Cup champion, 2023. So he retires, but he retires with a ring. And so he's kind of a great example of a player that's really kind of leaned into that French identity, being very, very proud of it. And it's kind of done him very well. And so I actually want to take a look at his time in college, just because when Marc-Antoine Dequoy played for the Montreal Carabins, and oh god, is there an English version on the website? I'm not that fluent in French.
What are you looking for?
I want to find his stats on their website, on the Montreal Carabins website. But I only see it in French.
Give me 1 second here. I should be able to. Oh no, that's not it. That's CFL. Come on, Google. I don't want that. I want. How is? I said I want OUA, not.
Yeah. I'm just trying to find it here. Just because I can see his CFL stats, but I'm having a hard time finding his stats. But regardless of which, he had done very, very well. And I'm not going to lie, I was surprised to hear about this retirement. Because again, he'd only been in the league for 5 years. I know obviously there's a lot of players in the CFL that end up, kind of even having a shorter career, but I was surprised to see him kind of end so soon. Because even if we take a look at this article by John Hodge from Three Down Nation, he said, when I received Montreal's first contract offer in December, I had a voice inside of me that said no. I didn't know what that voice was. It took the whole process to understand what it was. When you search inside of you and you don't know what you really want, sometimes you try to look for answers everywhere else. It just took me all that time because it was really clear. It wasn't really clear what was in front of me, which he told the media. I had an offer from another team. I had an offer from GM. From their GM. It was a good offer, and I said with that offer, that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to play in Montreal. I talked with the coaches and everything and everything went right in front of me for me to sign. I still had that voice inside me, and I still didn't know. I didn't feel quite right about it, and that's where the discussion about retirement happened. So again, it was just one of those things where it seemed like it was one of those things where he just kind of felt like that toll on his body. It was time for him to move on to greater pastures. And so
to answer your question, so in 2016 he played mainly on special teams, and he had 9.5 sacks in 5 games. In 2017 he was a Quebec Conference All-Star and second team All-Star in youth sports after contributing 29.5 tackles and 3 interceptions, in addition to 1 tackle for loss and 4 pass breakups in 7 games. He was named RSEQ Defensive Player of the Year in 2018. And then for 2019, he led the team with 37.5 tackles, 3 interceptions, and 8 games. He returned an 85-yard touchdown versus Laval in the Dunsmuir Cup during the 55th annual Vanier Cup Championship loss to Calgary in November 2019. He suffered a broken right forearm during a tackle. He was invited to the Canada West Shrine Bowl but did not participate due to injury. On his pro day, he ran a 4.35 second time in the 40-yard dash, the second fastest behind I'm not sure how to pronounce that player's name, despite suffering from the flu.
Damn. So it was like Michael Jordan. He had his flu game. Ain't that something?
It's funny because he did all that during COVID.
Hell, there you go.
Because you got to remember, COVID started in 2019.
Yeah. But any closing thoughts before we wrap this up? I know I have a few. I just wanted to know if you had any.
No, but it'll be interesting to see who their key safeties.
I'm curious to see where that means the Alouettes will go for a replacement. As again, it sounded like they were going to want to re-sign him, but then he had decided on ultimate retiring. So, first of all, congratulations to him on a wonderful career in the CFL. Won himself a Grey Cup champion. He reached the pinnacle of Canadian football, and congratulations to him. No one can ever take that from him. And best of luck to him on whatever future endeavors he has. And just best of luck to that. So thank you guys so much for tuning into this video. Make sure you guys leave a like, share it around, and subscribe if you haven't already. Also, if you guys haven't, make sure you guys join our Discord. Link in the description below to our Discord where we discuss all things CFL, NHL, all sorts of sports stuff. So make sure you guys go there and keep the conversation going. Lots of chatter in there about the Olympics these days. But make sure you guys check it out. We'll see you guys next time.